Hi, my name is Maria Yraceburu, and I'm here today to talk to you about an ancient, ancient women's organization or society known as Hati'i. Now, Hati'i is from the Apache Tolstyan lineage. I've also known it to be the Coral Turtle Dreaming Society, um, the oracles of Dianic tradition. Um, Vision keepers, which is what Hati'i means, is women in their power who have learned how to do the dance back and forth between the dream time, the non ordinary reality, and the daily life reality. These two realities are the playground, if you will, or the playing field for evolution. For centuries, women have gathered and they have shared dreams, shared magic. And so, what we're going to do today is I'd like you to introduce you to some of the tools we use. Now, I've been doing this most of my life, okay? I grew up kind of in a ritualistic society, an extended family system, which is how I came to have all the aunties I have and all the nieces and daughters I have adopted since then. So the women that I have known have shown me these things. I got a few tricks from my grandfather who raised me in this way. But it wasn't until I met Twyla Nitsch that I really got more into the women's medicine side of things. And so this is what we do. We get together once a week through the Dream Time. And we facilitate ritual on the other side. We talk about the world troubles. And we perform rites to help alleviate the suffering of humanity's soul. So, that being said, let's talk about what we have. The first thing I'm going to show you, I got it all kind of piled in front of me here, is the bag. Okay? The bag holds everything. Now, this is a good sized bag, and you're going to understand why here in a minute. When we lay that down, after we've taken everything out of it, that represents Mother Earth. It's our grounding factor, okay? So a lot of thought goes into every piece that we have. Then we have a basket. I don't know if you can see it. It's a big basket, and it's full of stuff. And I'm going to be taking stuff out to show you as we go along. One of the first things we have is we have our dream rattle. Now, this one is, I understand it, is Weechel, and it was given to me by a very dear friend. And it was expressly made for doing that non-ordinary reality dreaming. So when I lay my cloth down in my bag to begin my altar or my reconstruction of the world, as you will, I rattle it. I let it know we're going to go to work. Okay? And then I have, this is our clan bundle. This is something we do healing with. And it's not something I'm going to talk about a lot today. I'm just going to tell you that it's been handed down through generations doing this. And I'm the 13th person in my line to be able to be honored with the care of this bundle. Okay? You tune back in if you want to know more, okay? We'll get to it eventually. All right. Now, I have, this is kind of a knob that came off an oak tree. This isn't really something everyone has. It's something I have. It's from this land that I live on. And the oak trees here, we have old growth oak trees. And we were holding a women's VisionKeeper summit here a couple of years ago. And one of our sisters from up in Canada looked out and she goes, I know I'm in the right place because the trees have tits. Okay. And I just was cracking up. But it was true because it had all these little knobs on it and it definitely looked like breasts. So this is my grounding to this land. Okay. To the feminine. This is my truth here. Another grounding to the feminine is a root. This is osha root or bear root or snake root. It kind of depends on what part of the country you're in. It's in my basket because one, this is ancient. This plant was at least 75 years old, but also because of the balance. The Pomo women, the elders, are asked by the men if they can harvest it for the grandmothers. And the men go harvest it for the grandmothers after they've been given permission, and the men never use it. The women use it in healing. But it is protected and harvested by the men. This brings a certain amount of balance. So within our grandmother's basket and our toolbox, we always carry some type of smudge, some type of incense that brings us to the right state of mind and clears all the negative out of the air. I also have cacao, okay, from South America, from my Guatemalan Mayan relatives. And this is for sacred ceremony as well. Nothing works better for women than a hot cup of cocoa, okay? And you throw a little chili powder in there, and oh my God, the dreaming can begin if it is of such high frequency quality as this, okay? So this is something I just carry around, mostly for connection to my sisters down there. I have my pollen bag, okay? We always have offering. You never know when you're gonna have to make an offering or a blessing. And so you want to carry some tobacco, some corn pollen, some cornmeal, something that you can leave on the land if you go somewhere, something you can sprinkle people with when you're doing sacred rites. This is the filling up, okay? We do a lot of release work, but there's got to be filling up as well. There's my medicine bowl. Okay, now this probably is the most important thing we work with, and it's what we start our beginning vision keepers with, is a medicine bowl. It can be made out of wood, it can be made out of ceramic. I don't really like metal. The reason because metal can interfere with certain magnetics, okay, because it carries a magnetic charge itself. So I prefer the wood or the ceramic, and we paint the inside black. This represents the universe. This is our container, our dreams. Everything is funneled through this bowl and through a crystal that we put inside that we vision with, okay? So when we join up on Thursday nights, what we're doing is we're setting all this stuff up with a candle, and we're projecting ourselves into that crystal with a preordained purpose for why we're getting together. And when we do that, then we go to bed and we dream, and we remember dreaming together. We remember the things that we did. And it's almost as comprehensive as any action we would take here on this side of reality. I also have corn. Now, this sacred corn here is very special to me. I carry an ear of corn because it represents future generations, that we're teaching future generations what we do. Sorry, my elbow's sliding off my knee here. Okay. Future generations of what we're doing. It also represents prosperity and fertility, and the women as gardeners that bring that side of the food to things. Women as the gardeners of future generations. We're the tender of the crops of humans that are coming into this world. So corn's really important, especially to Native Americans here. Now, I understand, some of the other traditions from around the world may have other things that fill that same purpose. So I'm speaking from what I know and what I have been taught. I'm not saying this is the only way to do some of these things. By the way, this is special because this was the corn for my wedding, okay? I've been married to Lyndon now for 24 years. So we're doing something right, and the corn helps. All right. So I have some tobacco because oftentimes I'm using my pipe or I'm rolling a smoke, prayer smoke. We pray, excuse me. We pray with our tobacco. We do not just randomly smoke. It is only done in ceremony because we understand the purpose of this. It is organic tobacco. I have another rattle here. This was made by my daughter Catherine and given to me. So it kind of represents the next generation. And I'll use either one. To me, this has a more spiritual energy calling energy, where this one to me is more of a low tone, connects me more with the dream time and with earth. Okay. I have things here that represent my family. We call those tiponi. I have tiponi is kind of like a fetish, but it looks like, it represents more of a human being. So I have a couple of things. I have a turtle. This represents my lineage on the Hawaiian side of things because that's also the feminine side for me. As you saw, my daughter's rattle is also a turtle, okay? And this is what we are. The dreaming women are all well grounded in turtle energy, okay? That represents the earth. All right. So then I have something that represents my clan. Well, you saw I had the clan bundle, but there's even more to it than that, okay? And I have this stone, and I don't know how much of it you can see, but this is a petrified rattlesnake, okay? Fossilized in there. This is my clan. This was discovered on land and was seen as a sign by the elders that for a period of time I belonged on that land, okay? So we live life following signs, and this is something we do. Then I also carry a snake hide, okay? Now I work healing with this. I also do vision work with this. This very rarely comes out of the bundle, okay? Because it is so special and powerful. So sometimes we'll have tools in our basket that are actually very rarely seen except for the deepest ceremonies that we offer up when we do come together in actual physicality. Rarely will it come out like today in public, though I might use it privately on my own. And there's one last thing. This is called a dream bundle, okay? And it has certain things in it. And what this does is it sets in motion for a year my protection, my ability to connect, and my remembering of what I am actually dreaming. So every one of us has something like this in our basket. Okay? Now the basket represents the field of life. Okay, and it's often called the grandmother's basket. But when women come to Hati'i, they very much are learning the tools. So age is not always a prerequisite for this, okay? When we get going, we're going to be teaching you a lot more things. We're going to be teaching actual rituals as to how to set up all these tools, how to get ready and prepare ourselves, how to take care of ourselves so that we can manage the higher frequencies of energy that it takes in our physical form to go back and forth through dimensions. And so I'm hoping you're going to come back occasionally and check in and see what we got to share, and know that this is a society that we do, I guess you could call it an apprenticeship. We do 4 stages of work with women, in addition to what I do normally with my own apprentices, which include men. I don't work just exclusively with women, though the majority of my work in this line, the dream work, this is all women, okay? There's a reason that in this day and age, Gender societies, gender lodges exist for the same reason that they did in the past. For the reasons of coming together in this type of ceremony, in this type of journey work, dream work, ritual work, whatever you want to call it, earth magic. What Naya Guccilara is how you say that, by the way. We are more powerful working it from the Sun Lodge, which is the men's groups, and the Moon Lodges, which are the women's groups, as gender specific rituals because there's a more concentrated force of similar energy. The other thing is that the men do it during full moon cycles, the women do it during new moon cycles when we're breaking into those lodges. Now, Vision Keepers actually goes beyond that, okay? That's like the third stage of womanhood, where the Moon Lodge is the beginning of dreaming. So there's a lot to share, and I've gone on long enough, and it's time to break, and we'll be back again soon to talk to you some more about Vision Keepers. だよた。